Welcome to my channel. My name's Karina. I'm a makeup artist and I love makeup that's natural, wearable, classy. It just looks that you can realistically wear every day for every outfit and occasion that you have. If you're into that kind of makeup, then please subscribe to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you 5 different methods that you can use to manipulate one foundation to get either a different coverage, color, or finish. So just taking one product and mixing it with a bunch of different things will give you like a totally different look. When I first got into makeup, I had no idea how different types of foundations were even different. I just bought, I don't know, I think it was like a CoverGirl drugstore foundation that my mom had always used. And that was basically the extent of my knowledge. But now I'm the queen of mixing because I love that you can just use one product, and depending on what kind of look you're going for that day, like if you want something sheer or more full coverage or more matte or more glowy, by mixing this with a bunch of different things, you can get whatever it is that you're going for. Okay, so the first method, or the first thing you can do with your foundation, I'm going to be working with this one throughout the entire video, just so you can see how this changes with the different methods that I apply. NARS says that it's a uniquely lightweight foundation that provides 16 hours of fade-resistant wear with buildable medium to full coverage that looks and feels natural. So a reason that you would maybe mix your foundation with another foundation is because you're trying to manipulate either the color, the coverage, or the finish of it. Today I'm going to show you, I'm going to sheer this out a little bit. I'm going to mix it with the MAC Face and Body foundation, and the MAC Face and Body foundation is definitely a light coverage foundation with a super dewy finish. So by mixing these together, I'm shearing the NARS Radiant foundation out a little bit, so it's going to give me a little bit of a lighter coverage than it normally would, as well as more of a dewy finish. And this is, my skin right now is the final result of that. I do put a little bit of bronzer on just so I don't look so flat, and it's like hard for you to tell what the actual finish of it would be without all the rest of the makeup on. So I put a little bit of bronzer, but that's it. So this is basically what it would look like if you mixed the NARS Radiant and the MAC Face and Body together. So I would say the coverage is light to medium, a little bit lighter than what the NARS would normally provide for my skin, but a little bit more full coverage than the MAC Face and Body would give me.
Without you, I would be nothing. No air would flow through my lungs.
So the second method is to mix your foundation with a concealer. If you want your foundation to be a lot more full coverage than it is, then just mix it with a concealer. I'm using the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This one mixes beautifully with foundations. I actually like to mix this with my face and body and use that as a foundation. It just mixes really well together. So for today, the Pro Longwear Concealer, the finish of it is actually a matte, so you don't really have to set it, and it's obviously full coverage. So mixing these together, then I should get a little bit more of a matte finish and obviously a fuller coverage. So I don't know if you can appreciate it on camera. I hope you can. I'm trying to do some close-up shots, but this look that I have now with the foundation and the concealer mixed is a lot fuller coverage than method 1, where I mixed it with the MAC Face and Body foundation.
Without you, I'd be forgotten.
And again, I do have some bronzing on just so you can kind of get more of like a true effect of what your makeup would look like.
Nobody's singing my song.
The third method I have for you is mixing your foundation in with some kind of a like liquid bronzing product. I'm using the D-Bronzy Anti-Pollution Sunshine Serum Drops by Drunk Elephant. I've used these in a lot of my other videos and I use them a lot. So yeah, just mixing these together, it might sheer out your foundation a little bit, or it will sheer out your foundation a little bit, so just keep that in mind. But it's basically just to get the color that you're going for. So that's what I've done. Obviously, this is way too dark for me right now, but this is like the perfect solution for vacation, or just kind of changing the foundation color that you have throughout the seasons without having to buy 2 or 3 foundations to constantly change the color to match your face. So these ones are awesome. I absolutely love them, highly recommend. I brought them with me to Europe last year. So when I spent a lot of time in the sun, it was perfect. I just brought one foundation with me, my liquid bronzing drops, and then just mixed accordingly as my face became a little bit more dark. The ones that I can think of off the top of my head are, I know Marc Jacobs makes a bronzing product. They're, I think, more shimmery than these ones are. And then also the Body Shop makes like a bronzing product that you can mix in with your foundations to make them a little bit darker. I will do a little bit more research and link a few different options below, but like I said, these ones are awesome.
I'm safe as long as you're with me.
So the next thing you can do is mix your foundation with a liquid shimmer product. For example, like MAC Strobe Cream or the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector. I have the shade Opal here. But mixing with any type of liquid highlighting product is obviously going to give you a lot more glow, and it will sheer out your foundation a little bit. So anytime you mix your foundation with something like a moisturizer, a bronzing product, or a liquid highlight, it's obviously going to sheer out your foundation a little bit. But yeah, this one just gives you a lot of glow. So I mixed together the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector and the NARS Radiant Foundation, Natural Radiant Foundation, and then this is the final result of that. So super glowy, super dewy. I haven't set it yet, so I'm just going to go in with a little bit of setting powder because this is way too dewy. It almost looks greasy. But the nice thing about mixing your foundations with those liquid highlighters is that even after you set the product, that glow will still come through, which is really beautiful. And that's why I do that, because I just like that really glowy look. And not always, like sometimes I do like a matte look, usually when I'm going for more of like a natural glam type makeup. But let's set this, and then I'll show you what the result is after I've set the product.
At least you're here in my mind.
So I just used a translucent setting powder and really lightly set my face. You can see how that glow still shines through, but it's not as like greasy looking. And as the powder kind of settles in, then it will still even be a little bit more glowy and dewy. So that's a really nice trick to give your foundation that super glowy finish.
That's why I keep you around. The thought of you.
And the final method or thing I have for you that you can mix your foundation in with is any kind of moisturizer. So I use the Proteiny Polypeptide Cream Moisturizer by the Drunk Elephant today to mix into my NARS Natural Radiant Foundation. I've also got like a First Aid Beauty one, or this Renewed Hope in a Jar Water Cream by Philosophy. But it doesn't matter. So just mix your foundation into any moisturizer you have, and then you just have a tinted moisturizer, and it's perfect for a no makeup look, or for something super quick and easy, and your skin just feels really nice and hydrated. And I'm glad I saved that one for last, because my skin was starting to get raw from putting on foundation, taking it off, putting on foundation, taking it off. So this is the final result from the Natural Radiant Foundation by NARS and the moisturizer mixed together, and it's just a really sheer and hydrating finish.
Is the reason why I hold my head up. The thought of you.
I really hope all those techniques showing you how you can manipulate your foundation were helpful to you. Sometimes when you're watching videos, it's confusing. You see makeup artists mixing their products all the time, and if you don't know much about makeup, then it can be really confusing, and you might sit there and wonder like, why are they mixing that with that, and how is that going to change that? So hopefully that makes sense to you, and if that was helpful at all, then please like my video and subscribe to my channel if you're into natural and wearable makeup looks. Comment below, let me know which look was your favorite, like which finish was your favorite and what you would actually want to wear. I would love to know that as well. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next one. Bye!
The thought of you is the only thing that makes me better. The thought of you is what keeps me alive. With you I feel like a fire.